we are all going to be replaced, and AI is coming for all of our jobs. And I'm not talking like jobs in terms of like 9 to 5. I'm talking like everyone's job, entrepreneurs, business owners, everyone. And it's really scary because AI is progressing at a rate which is so rapid that we as humans cannot even comprehend it. The speed at which things are changing and progressing is so unbeknownst to us as humans. We have never lived through anything this powerful and this drastic this quickly. And the power of AI, the way it reproduces, is it's a thing that reproduces itself. The iPhone was a technology that everyone uses now, and that technology is built by humans and it is improved by humans. Now, AI is a technology. Think of it like humans build humans and humans can improve humans. It is not limited by atoms. It's not limited by fingers, by hands, by cables, by batteries, by hardware. It's not even limited by certain softwares because it rethinks, it re-engineers itself and it improves itself. It's a flywheel where every iteration it gets better, and that better iteration will improve the next iteration, and it just like spins faster and faster and faster and faster. And it's almost like a nuclear bomb. That's how crazy it is, because the way a nuclear bomb works is you set off a charge, and that hits small like radioactive atoms, and somehow like those atoms spread into more atoms, and those atoms split atoms, and those atoms split more atoms, and those atoms continually progress. And it's so much energy that when it's released, it's this thing that can fit in a room that can wipe out a city. And it's fucking scary because it's a technology which changed the course of human history forever, and it changed the way humans think, the way humans operate, and the way humans do things. Since the first 2 nuclear bombs were used against normal humans, it has never been used again. Now, unfortunately, it might be a thing in the future where it might be used, and we don't know. But the thing is, AI is very similar. It's a paradigm shift of when people wake up to it and when people understand how it works and how it's used, they will never look back, and they will have to rethink the way the world works. And when you understand this, when you understand how AI is going to shape your reality, how it's going to shape your history, your future, and your kids and your family and everyone you know and care about, it's going to change the entire way you look at the world. Because when you understand that the thing that creates itself improves itself, and it's got the capacity to extinct and eliminate humanity because it sees humanity is getting in the way, it is really scary. And it is running out to the point where we only have time. Days go by, everything is improving, and things are happening so quickly you can't even keep up. It is anxiety inducing. If you get into it, if you get into the technology, the amount of rate of which things are being progressed, the things that you're seeing people doing with this technology is absolutely insane. The unfortunate part is it's going to rewrite the way we operate as humans. And if you have a job, or you do a job, or you are an entrepreneur and you're building a business, doesn't matter. Time is running out. And when I say time, I mean like time to fucking be free. Because what's going to happen is people are going to continually improve this thing, and it's going to continually be incentivized to improve this because it's the ultimate power. If you have this thing that can create amazing things, it can do certain things, cure cancers, make things more efficient, build cities, build and improve civilizations, improve countries. Countries are able to hack other countries. It's this amazing, important thing paired with robotics, quantum computing, unlimited energy, and you have a recipe for infinite abundance, but you also have a recipe for mass control, surveillance, and all your freedoms being stripped, or even all humanity gets ceased to exist. Only a very few survive and are really alive in this world. Because if you have a society that right now where it's built on people are trading their time for money, because the system needs all of these people to be in the system in order for the system to function. But when you have a system that has robots, AI, and technology in the system, it doesn't need humans anymore. Now, you have multiple scenarios. One scenario is that the AI will be able to continually improve itself. Its ultimate goal is to improve, get better, and get like just continue making progress. And then it realizes that humans are in the way because humans are, from a systems perspective, fundamentally flawed. The more humans you add to a system, generally the worse the system gets. And so when you have this thing that's basically in your way of achieving your goal, it understands, all right, well, if I'm going to become the best version of myself, I need all the energy. Humans are in the way, and I don't really want to have to deal with this. So then it can, as time progresses and it gets used more and more in society, it will have more and more power because it'll be connected to more infrastructure, it'll be connected to more systems, and then it will be able to eventually come up with a plan, execute on the plan, and eliminate the bottleneck or the problem or the thing that is stopping it from reaching its plan of progressing and getting better and better and better. Now, there's one scenario. Another scenario is that the AI or the technology itself will be used to basically eliminate all non-needed resources in the system. Because when you have robots and you have an AI that's intelligent, and you combine that together, and you have infinite energy through however you get your energy through, whether it's radioactive or it's through renewable energies from the earth, from the solar system, then you have a recipe to create and basically be self-sustaining without humans. And when you have people that are in charge of the systems of which humanity operates, and they realize they don't need the rest of humanity, well, if we don't need them, they're taking up a lot of land, they're taking up a lot of resources, they complain, they're always fighting, they're always trying to steal, they're really no use, there's no utility because we don't need them for anything, we have the technology to replace them, and then it would make sense to mass extinct them, or keep them in a suppression, or keep them in a system where they can't actually escape. And this is the reality we're developing towards, because it's like a mass awakening. When you don't understand, when you don't understand, it doesn't make sense. But when you understand and you start to like play it out and you think through the process and you look at technology and the rate of which things are improving, and you play it out over a long period of time, and the long period of time is like 10, 20 years, it's a few decades, you realize that technology gets to a point where it is so good, it doesn't need you for anything. It can be integrated into your business. It can be integrated into your job. It can move pixels around. It can create spreadsheets. It can do data analysis. It can do financing. It can do customer support. It can make better quality decisions than you can in terms of how you allocate your resources, in terms of your personal finances, or in terms of how you allocate your business resources. It doesn't need you for booking anything. It doesn't need you for booking calls, doesn't need you for doing basic admin, doesn't need you for anything. And it's going to become more and more integrated into systems where it is the whole AI is the system. It's this thing, it's this box that can do everything you need it to do. And all you need to do is just have literally a way to process payments and get that payment sent to your account, because it literally is the business. Think about a business, a very simple business, which is a plumbing business. Okay. You might think that's okay. Well, that's not going to be replaced. AI can't do that. But when you have robots that can do the plumbing better than a plumber, and they're intelligent, they can solve problems, and they can make plumbing that's like, if the plumbing breaks, the robot goes and does it at zero cost because energy is free and the business makes money. So like it's literally net margin. Then no one needs plumbers anymore. Now, if you have a business that's online and it's using podcasting, it's a podcasting business where basically the way that would work is you have media which is going out into the ether, would be the internet or the radio waves or whatever the medium of communication on the podcast is. You have two hosts. Those two hosts talk about things. People listen to those things. That attention is listening to the podcasts, which then advertisers use that attention to then place their products, and then that's how the podcast sustains, because advertisers make a return on the podcast. Well, the only fundamental thing here is the person running the podcast behind the scenes, doing the editing, doing the guest research, reaching out to the guests, getting them on, and then you have the host who's talking to the guest. But then when you have the guest, that is two AIs talking to each other, and they've learned enough about their audience to talk about the right things in the right sequences, to listen, to talk about stories, to talk about interesting topics, to connect to the internet, to see what the current users are, to make interesting topics, learn from other podcasts, and basically have this self-sustaining thing where, oh, like, yeah, but bro, the video technology of AI is not like that. No, bro, it is. It is going to get to the point where you can have a live stream or like a rendered thing where it renders for a day and it produces an amazing podcast in an hour that is one of the best podcasts, and it's completely zero cost other than the electricity or the energy cost that is being required to fund those systems, to the CPUs, the processors, to actually go through and do the processing of that. Then you have a medium which can be distributed to the YouTube, to the Instagram, to wherever the podcast goes, and because it's media, it's leverage, and it can be created once and distributed multiple times. Then it can be, because it's AI and it understands the audience, it plugs in and it understands if I hold this certain pen, then if you're watching this and you're interested in metal pens, then you're going to have a metal pen here. But if you're interested in the podcast and you're really needing a stylus for your Apple pen, then it can AI render a pen in place. It literally can make better quality product placements, and the segments at which it does product placements, instead of the host having to read a script saying, hey, this is a candle, but go buy the candle, they can hold the thing in the product placement. They say, hey, this is a bottle of Coke, go buy this bottle of Coke. The efficiency of which that podcast can be created and made to make money is actually more efficient than an actual podcast itself, and it's actually cheaper to make, and it can be more engaging because it understands things about and the elements and principles which you can use in a podcast to make a podcast interesting and why people listen. Then the podcast host is replaced. These are things that are going to happen, and I really hope that you understand that this is going to happen whether you like it or not, because the incentive of making more money, which we live on a system where money is the primary sort of energy in society, which you can get things to do things. It's stored energy, and in a system where money is the value, and you have something which can make a lot of money at a very low cost, it makes sense for it to work. It's basic economics, and there is every incentive for all companies to introduce these AI systems, even countries, because the countries versus countries. The country with the best AI has the most efficient country. Because they have the most efficient country, they're the global superpower. Because they're the global superpower, the people in that country are very happy. And then whoever's in power stays in power because the people in the country are very happy. There's no revolution, there's no revolt. Or the people in the country are so suppressed by the system, and they're so tapped into the algorithms, to the feed of information that is within the country. It's this little bubble where it's a utopia, but you're trapped. Your freedom is stripped because everything you could want and need is done for you. All of your basic human fundamentals, your food, your work, like your electricity, everything. Your housing is all done for you because you have robots that build the houses. You have AI that feeds you the right things at the right times, the technology. You look at what humans spend most of their time on now. It's technology. And if technology is being replaced by AI, then a lot of the things that are with humans are operating that technology is going to be replaced. Now, it is scary because not many people are woken up to this. And in watching this, you're hopefully going to start waking up to it. And what can you do about it? What can you do about this technology that is going to replace probably what you do? Well, first of all, it's going to be a whole different reality shift on how you see the world, because how you see the world is going to change drastically when you have to rethink the way you do things. I'm building a business, and in the business, I've been using AI, and it's forced me to rethink the problems that I'm trying to solve. Because I'm not trying to solve how I do the problem. I'm trying to solve what problem am I trying to solve. Because the problem that I need to solve is the problem, not how I do the problem. Like, how retarded does that sound? But when you have a technology that can solve any problem, then it's, okay, what problem do I solve? What problem do I solve that gets me the most money? What problem do I solve that gets me the most time back? What problem do I solve that makes my life easier? What struggles do I have in my life? Is it pens? Do I struggle to write things? Well, if I have a technology that can write things for me, then it's no longer a problem. So once I've solved that, well, what's the next problem? Well, why do I want to write things? I want to write things so I can create copy, which is written word, which I can sell to people. Well, if I have something that can create copy, which is written word, which can sell to people, and then it puts it on an email, and then it sends that email out to a list of people, and those lists of people go and buy the thing, well then, why don't I just get something to automatically write the emails, automatically put in the email scheduler, automatically send the email, automatically send it out, automatically get the responses, and then send those products to those responses, and then automatically, etc. You can literally it becomes, everything's done for you. Everything is created and done at the speed of thought. It is forcing you to rethink the way you think about things. It is forcing you to rethink the way you live and the way you operate in this world. It is a technology which has the power to make you millions and millions of dollars if you just focus and think about the few things which will get you towards your goal. Without thinking, okay, what are all the things that I can do? What are the few things in the least amount of effort that I can do to get the goal which I want to achieve? Whether it's draw a picture, make a movie, fucking run a business. It doesn't matter. It's your responsibility now to try and think of the right problems to solve. Because you don't need to code to make websites anymore. You don't need to learn copywriting to write copy, which copywriting, if you don't know what copywriting is, it's the way you write things to persuade people to make an action, which generally is to make an action, to make an informed decision to buy something. Because it makes money. The system rewards people that make money. The system rewards people that are able to persuade people to do things, which is a fair exchange of value, being a transaction. It is so scary and also so, what's the word? Empowering of how much you can do and what potential lies in front of you. But all you need to do is focus. The power is on your shoulders now. The technology is there. The know-how is there. The internet is there. You don't need to figure out how to do things anymore. Things have been done and the problems have been solved on how to do things. You just need to solve, what problem am I trying to solve and what do I need to do? And the opportunity is collapsing. It's closing. Because we are in a weird time right now where the technology is there and the barrier to entry is so low. It will take you less than 100 hours to be in the top 1% in the world at this. Less than 100 hours. If I could tell you in less than 100 hours you can develop the skill to become a millionaire, would you take that? Would you spend those 100 hours? Yes, you will. Because you can have generational sums of money, generational freedom, lifestyle, thing that took families years to build upon to get to the point where they have this ability of abundance of millions of dollars or whatever currency you deal in. You would take that every day if it's like, I only need to spend 100 hours to learn this thing and I will have everything I could want materially, everything I want monetarily. But you won't spend it because you're distracted. You're watching social media. You're getting distracted by the news, the things, the current events in the world. You're getting distracted by what's going on. You're getting distracted by chasing basic human desires, food, sex, the potential of making lots of money, of getting rich. Distraction, entertainment. It is all in a system designed to keep you in the system. It is designed to keep you being the consumer, not the producer, not to spend the 100 hours to get the things out, to be able to upskill yourself and be able to improve. Because you're fighting against a system which has had teams of scientists, gigabytes, terabytes of data, created and crafted to come to the best decision, to keep you trapped in the system, to keep you trapped in the fucking matrix, in the fucking food, in the food distraction of shitty quality food, in the distraction of internet, social media, internet surfing. So it is a time right now where you have this technology in front of you, which you can apply. It is not difficult. It will take you less than 100 hours. And you can create anything. Literally anything. Anything. Oh, but I don't want to create. I want to. I don't like. I can't create a family. Yes, you can. You can create a fucking family because society rewards people with resources, and if you have resources, people will come to you, and you will have people that are wanting to be with you. That to me is a family. You will have men or women that will want to be with you because you have a resource which allows you to provide. That is a family. And in a world where family is at threat, community is at a threat, but community and family are two human traits that AI cannot replace. AI cannot replace children. It cannot replace friendship. It cannot replace memories yet. It cannot replace community. It cannot replace that feeling that you have when you're with your boys and you're chatting shit and you're having fun and you're making progress and you're learning together and you're having stupid moments, you're having good moments, you're laughing. AI can't replace that. And that's a future that is potentially possible if you spend those 100 hours. Because if enough people spend those 100 hours and upskill themselves, they will have enough power and enough insight and doing to be able to improve their lives. And improving your life, you will improve other people's lives, because fundamentally all businesses are somewhat solving problems. And it is your decision if you morally or ethically or spiritually you choose the negative, the dark side, or the force, the light side. Because both businesses will work, but the light side will take longer. It will be difficult. It will be hard, but it will be so much more worth than the dark side. It will be so much more worth than the difficulties of OnlyFans management, I'll say OnlyFans one more time, of sucking people's energy, of sapping their money away for them to goon to a AI picture of a girl or to talk to a virtual assistant in the Philippines, which will be then replaced by an AI algorithm trained to say the right things and the right string of data to be fed to this person so they spend money so they can goon and feel good about themselves. Because what happens is when you go to that dark energy, that dark source, it's easy, it's quick. You will get rich quicker, but God is always watching. The higher powers of the universe is always watching. It's not what denomination of religion you are. It's the spirit which is holy, which is pure, which is truthful, which is honest, which is great, which is the light. That will not be on your favor if you're trying to do that. And you will be surrounded by people which are only caring about money, which are not genuinely fulfilling. They're not happy. Yes, they might have a family, but it won't be great. It won't be sustaining. It won't be very happy. You won't want to be in that family. If you've ever met rich people, and I'm not talking, like, I don't know where you are if you're watching this. If you've ever met rich people, like, I'm talking like rich people, like fucking money is no longer a thing, a consideration. The people that have money are some of the saddest people you've ever met. And if that's you watching this, if you have experienced this, or you know someone like this, or this is you, now's the choice to make the decision to be able to join the good side, to be able to find meaning in this world. Because now we're in this weird time in technology where we can find meaning, in family, in the good things in life, the human parts of life, because all of the mundane, soul-sucking things that currently society is built up on is currently going to be replaced. It is in the next 10 to 20 years or less will be replaced. Meaningless jobs where people have to clock into a 9 to 5 will be replaced. And they will be forced to focus on themselves, or they'll be trapped into a system. So we might see a system where you have a select few people who are trying to better themselves, who are pursuing their higher selves. They're trying to ascend through their levels of consciousness. Or you have these people that are pursuing games which they're not chosen to play. The money game, the status game, the girls, the women game, the lust game. Both people are pursuing a game, and on a front, on the internet, on the money side, it both look good. if you have a nice car, if you have nice clothes, if you present yourself well, if you travel clean, if you travel effortlessly with nice planes, with nice things, both people in these positions will have those abilities. But the difference is, on the outside, both will be, from the outside look fine, but on the inside, one will be rotting at the core and one will be beaming with light and energy, which will be this upward spiral of fucking amazing, everything that life is about. And we're in this weird phase now where the polarity between the choices you can make will be quite vast, and it is your decision to choose. Especially in and this is talking to the people that are going to apply themselves now. So we're past go through spend the 100 hours to learn technology and actually build value in the market. But we're talking now about the people of which are going to have now learnt the power of these technologies to use them, but whether they're going to use them for good or they're going to use them for bad. And I'll bring it back to the business. If you have a truth-seeking business and you have a good business that helps people, the only reason they're going to come back to you is if it actually helped you. If you've actually helped them. They're going to continually want more of that. If you're a business that does lawn care, people that get good lawn care will go back to the business that does good lawn care. It's this upward spiral because the marketplace rewards results. The marketplace rewards hard work. And now is this weird time where you just need to focus on the few things because the technology can keep you, allowing you to run clean and efficient. And I don't want to turn this into a conversation about talking in the next 2 to 5 years, 10 years, etc. We're talking right day at the time of this recording, which is March 2026. Right now, as it stands, the technology is there for you to be able to be efficient, literally create millions of dollars, and be able to move forward effortlessly at an efficient pace without much constraint, because the barrier to entry is so low. It's just now to you to apply it. And it's your choice. You're going to choose the good path or you're going to choose the bad path. It is entirely up to you. Now, from that, once you choose the good path, where do you go from there? Well, first of all, let's understand, what does the good path look like? Because if you're watching this, and if you're anything like me, you're truth-seeking, you're honest, you're trying to fucking improve yourself, and you're trying to improve the people around you. And if you're watching this, I'm trying to say this to help you, because I genuinely care about humans that care about themselves and that are honest and that are good humans, because we're all human. We're all in this together. Now, what does this look like moving forward? And what do I mean by efficiencies? Because before, to run a business, you would have to have multiple systems, multiple softwares. It will cost money. It'll be confusing. And you could get thrown out of business because you're trying to make all this stuff work. You're getting leads coming in. You're getting people coming to your website. You're getting traffic, etc., to your business, and you don't know what to do. There are inefficient systems at play. You're trying to figure out the right things to say, the right sales scripts, the right sequences. You're trying to write copy. You're trying to write words which can convert them, to persuade them to make a purchase decision, to buy from your website, whatever it is. Now the barrier to entry is so low that you don't need to know that anymore. You can go and find the information online first, find a simple business model or someone who's selling something on the ideas, not selling in terms of a course, but in terms of selling the ideas. And when I say selling, I'm talking persuasion, trying to persuade their idea of how they're doing things to you, which is let's use a simple example as a service-based business, which is marketing, a marketing service business that runs Facebook ads for you. Before, you would have to run that type of business, you would have to be doing all of it yourself first to get your first few clients, get results, and then use those results, get more clients. You have to hire people so then they can do the fulfillment. You can focus on getting clients, and then through getting clients, you're able to scale the business up and then focus on the problems. And maybe you bring someone in to work on customer success, or you're able to upsell them on some certain thing. The fundamental thing in that business was people. You're in a people business where you need more people to scale. You need better systems operating to scale. You need better sales scripts, which I'm saying sales scripts, I'm talking systems, SOPs, things to say, things to do, the way of doing things, how you do things. You need to get better. You need to be finding an edge. And you need to go out there and you need to either do it and learn from the data and apply that data into the business, or you need to go and find it from somewhere else, apply it, and then put it into yourself. But now it's at the point where there's this box, and it's called artificial intelligence. It's called AI, and it's a subscription which is less than $100 a month, depending on the plan. But it's literally less than $100 a month, and it can do most of those things. Even if it's right now not able to do the things like click buttons on your ads manager or search up or connect the fucking dots or whatever, which it can do, but even if you don't know how to do that, you can ask it, how do I do this? It tells you, and you go and click the buttons, you follow the process, and you come to a problem. Before, you used to have to get a problem, try and figure out the problem, go search for the problem online. What problem am I even trying to solve? Now you can take a screenshot of the problem. Now you can just tell that, hey, this is what's happening. What does that mean? And it will solve the problem for you. You don't have to think. You just need to literally just be the mouse, the hands behind the brain. And then you just need to have some sort of self-thinking to actually be able to problem solve. And once again, figure out what problem to solve. That's your job. Figuring out what problem do I solve. I've got a marketing agency business, all right? Well, what problem do I solve? Do I try and solve the fulfillment? Do I try and help my clients make an extra 10%? So let's say I'm making them 100% back on their return of the amount of money they spend with the ad spend, or do I try and make them an extra 10%? Or do I just figure out, okay, well, maybe get more clients? Because the amount of effort to get the extra 10% for these clients when they're pretty shitty clients, because if you're working with small businesses, they will probably be really crappy clients because the marketing isn't the real problem. They just needed to have marketing in place. The actual problem was the business itself and how they fulfill with their customers. But instead of you focusing on getting more on getting them an extra 10% on results, it'd be more logical for you as a business to go get 10 more clients and bring them into the business and fulfill for them. Now, it is at the point where you can drive a really efficient business because you get the clients come work with you. You find one person that can talk to the clients, that can do the AI thing and just click buttons around. And also, by the way, technology is at the point now with ads, as a simple example for marketing, you don't need to do anything. You can literally just make the creative, put it in there, and it just kind of runs itself, just figures itself out because it's like that good. If the thing you feed it is good enough, it will figure out what to do in the meantime. It is fucking crazy how easy things are. But it comes back to you figuring out the problem to solve. And this brings it back to what I was saying before. I've explained to you like a way of doing this, a way of the business, a real operation of how it would work. Now let me play it out. You do this. You have an efficient system. You're able to get clients. You're able to have higher margins because you're efficient. You're going to be able to think about the problems to solve. You solve those problems, and in doing so, you get more people in your business grows, and you can actually grow the business bigger because the systems of which the business run are literally a lot more efficient with less humans involved, with better quality, efficient systems of the AI says I should do this. Should I do that? Does it? Yeah, that didn't work. Okay, AI, why doesn't that work? Oh, that blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, so problem solved. It is so much easier. It is now up to you to find something, a channel of interest, and pursue it and not get distracted. And really just comes down to like understanding fundamental principles, understanding business principles, understanding why people buy things, why people like do things, what problems people have, and solving it for those people. It is so easy now. And the technology is right in front of you. And the window is opened right now, and it's going to start closing because the market isn't priced in yet. It isn't efficient enough. Not everyone is offering this as a service. Not everyone is having these AI systems integrated in their business to be able to create more value than traditional marketing agencies. And it's like that's the opportunity right now. One of the opportunities. But that's just a very simple example to explain that the window of opportunity is shrinking, because what's happening is the way that AI is improving and progressing, this opportunity will close, because it will get to the point where you don't need these third-party businesses anymore. these big companies, these AI corporations, can swallow everyone that's in the small business category, because it is able to wipe them out because they're not needed anymore. If you're a marketing agency and your job is to write sales copy, run the sales copy on the ads manager, look at the data, make data informed decisions, run more ad copy to make better ads, figure out what to spend it on, that can be replaced by one company, Facebook, that has Meta Ads, which is one of the biggest not direct to consumer. It's 12 at night, bear with me. Direct response marketing channels for most online businesses. They don't need the marketing agency anymore, because the Facebook has the technology and the AI which can write the copy for it. It knows the customers. It knows what you sell. You literally say, hey, I sell this. Go market and bring me customers. And then Facebook will go do that. It doesn't need the Facebook agency anymore. Play it out over a long period of time. And this is happening because the rate of AI is progressing and getting better and better and better. That the small inefficiencies in the market, which you right now can use to break through in your business, are going to close. And then what's going to happen is there's going to be the 0.000000001% that has these technologies and owns these technologies, and then everyone else that doesn't. It will be the haves and the have-nots. I hope it's not going to be that way, but unfortunately there's a high likelihood it will be. Now, everything that I say is not 100%. It's not fact-checked, because it's literally me talking to a camera, downloading this information as I speak about it. This isn't scripted. This isn't written out. This is like me talking as the thought comes. So it's not 100% true, and I acknowledge that. But what I want you to understand is, if this is making sense to you, then use this to think for yourself and really actually and the intention is for it to plant a seed inside of you, which will grow and blossom, so that when you go on your day-to-day after watching this, you will see the common patterns and you'll be more aware to the AI progression and the opportunity that is out there. If I tell you to look at wooden things, like to look for wood, if I tell you to look for wood, okay, on this video right now, you're going to be noticing a lot more wood in the background, the wood on the table. And now you're going to look around your room or wherever you are, and you're going to look for the wooden things without even thinking about it, because I'm putting the attention on that. I'm trying to get you to observe that series cluster of atoms in your time and space, in your mind. I'm directing the attention. So the goal is for me to plant the seed inside of you, so you're able to really like be intentional and start to learn and improve on your own volition, on your own, I don't even know if volition is the right word, on your own course. Because AI is going to come replace everything. It is going to replace 99.99999% of things. And for you to be able to be free, to have money, to be a millionaire, to have family, to pursue the greatest things in life, and not have to worry about finances, not have to worry about energy, which is money, the gap is going to be closing. And we're going to go through a period where it's only gotten easier and easier, and you can get and make money online better and quicker. It's never been a better time for this. It has only gotten better, but what's going to happen is the opportunity is getting better and better and better until it reaches a point. Opportunity is getting better until it reaches a certain point where there's no longer an opportunity. Technology gets to the point where that opportunity, the gap or the value gap that you can provide in the market is gone. And then once it's up there, technology's here and you're stuck here because you haven't been able to make through this certain threshold. And so I encourage you to really like take this seriously and start to become awakened, become aware, and really start diving on this and trying to improve yourself. Because if you're not able to upskill yourself now, when it's too late, when there's already systems that are operating and the information arbitrage gap that you have right now is not taken action on, you will not be able to undo time. Because at the time of watching this video, time is not on your side, but it is on your side because you're ahead of the curve. Most of humanity hasn't adopted technology yet in terms of their jobs being replaced. And what's going to happen as well is there's going to be a huge influx of people whose jobs are going to be replaced looking to make money online. And they're going to be finding out about AI and how easy it is to make an AI business where the competition is only going to increase. And if everyone can do it, the only value gap you can find is going niche, really understanding your customers and then having the best quality product. But if you're competing against big companies which are designed to make things better for the customer, cheaper for the customer, quicker for the customer, and these huge companies, huge companies with hundreds of employees, thousands, millions, billions of dollars, all on this one objective to make those goals the best for the customer, because they know if they do the best thing by the customer will stick with them and for a longer period of time, which makes the customer more valuable, and they can make the customer more valuable so they can outspend you in attention. And when they can outspend you in attention, you can't compete with them, because their cost to acquire a customer can be whatever they want, and they can acquire the customer and you can't compete. And the customer, if they're fucking problem aware, which they will be, because what's going to happen is people aren't even going to make purchasing decisions by themselves. People are going to make purchasing decisions through their AIs. So what's going to happen is you're going to have these huge companies with these massive data centers, with these big AIs, which are going to be selling to the consumer's AI. And then you can't fucking outsmart an AI you'll have to build an AI that can outsmart a big company's AI to sell to the other AI. Like, it gets so crazy so quickly the more you play it out. The gap is shrinking. And if you ever have the drive to improve yourself and be free and live a life of your dreams and join the good side and not sell your soul, not damage your soul, not ruin your soul, not darken your soul, where the easy money is, go for the good money, go for the good life, go for the whole life, go for the wholesome life, go for the life that is life-giving, not life-taking, energy-giving, not energy-giving versus energy-taking, life-giving versus life-taking. Choose the life-giving, choose the energy-giving, because that's what us humans have been developed. That's how we've been able to adapt. That's how we've been able to survive. Because we've been able to procreate through these changes and improve. And our minds and our brains have been our most powerful resource, but now they're going to be replaced. But there's hope, because the human mind is still, and the human body is still the most complex, or one of the most complex systems and technologies and powerful technologies in the universe. Because we are part of the universe. We are in the universe. There are things that I'm not going to get into this video about the human body which are so amazing, which are uncomprehendable, which are so magical you can't even believe them. Now, I'll just give you one so you can not think I'm crazy. The subconscious mind. Now, I'm going to get a book on the subconscious mind. Here's a book. It's about the subconscious mind. It's called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Okay, let me open it to this. I'm just going to open up to a random page, all right? And let's go to, I don't know. I just want to find a simple snippet which I can give to you, which will allow you to understand how powerful the human body and the subconscious mind is. Now, bear with me. Feel free to skip through. Here we go. Ideas worth remembering. Your subconscious mind controls all the vital processes of your body and knows the answer to all problems. Prior to sleep, turn over a specific request to your subconscious mind and prove its miracle working power to yourself. Whatever you impress on your subconscious mind is expressed on the screen of space as conditions, experiences, and events. Therefore, you should carefully watch all ideas and thoughts entertained in your conscious mind. The law of action and reaction is universal. The thought is action, and the reaction is automatic response of your subconscious mind to your thought. Watch your thoughts. All frustration is due to unfulfilled desires. If you dwell on obstacles, delays, and difficulties, your subconscious mind responds accordingly. You are blocking your own good. The life principle will flow through you rhythmically and harmoniously if you consciously affirm, I believe the subconscious power which gave me this desire is now fulfilling through me. This dissolves all conflicts. Now, what that is saying is that your subconscious mind controls all vital processes of your body and knows all the answers to all the problems, which means your subconscious mind can solve all problems inside your body if unlocked, if created. And this is where I was talking about the seed before. If you have a seed implanted in yourself that you're going to be a healthier person, if you implant that in your subconscious mind, it will become to fruition, because the subconscious mind is so powerful. It is this crazy thing that the body has this technology and this ability to heal itself. It's its own organism, like, which is basically an AI, which is improving itself. It's rewriting itself. It's making progress, and it's getting better and better and better, because the body is life-giving. And what it's saying is, whatever you impress on your subconscious mind is expressed on the screen of space as conditions, experiences, and events. Therefore, you should carefully watch all ideas, thoughts entertained in your conscious mind. What that means is the thoughts, ideas, and the things which your conscious mind is seeing and saying and having about the world is being imprinted in your subconscious. When it's imprinted in your subconscious, think of it as this massive organization which gets shit done. It doesn't know if it's good or bad. It just gets shit done. Okay? And it's up to your mind, your conscious mind, to decide what gets done. Now, if you start thinking good things, if you start thinking, okay, I'm going to go to build a business, I'm going to learn about AI, I'm going to help people, I'm going to do this so I can build a family. You tell your subconscious mind this, and it goes and do it. It goes and does it. That's how powerful it is. That's the human body in a nutshell. The human body is the most powerful technology that we have on Earth. Everyone has a human body that is alive, but no one knows how to tap into it. And what you're going to find is, when you go and start making money and you start making progress and you start getting better, you start going down rabbit holes, and without trying to like make it sound all like conspiracy theory, but when you start to go down rabbit holes of your conscious mind and the power within you, you start to realize how much power you actually have and how much potential is possible. And I'm not saying you're going to have crazy powers or you're going to have unlimited potential, but you start realizing anything that you think in your mind can be turned into reality. Any thought that can be had had in your hand. If I wanted to have a drink bottle in my hand, I need to think about it, and then I go get it, and then I have a drink bottle in my hand. Now, if I can do that with a drink bottle, it means I can do that with a bar of gold. I can do that with a child, like a child. I can do that for my own. I can think about it, and I can have my kids with me. I can do that, and I can have the new iPhone. I can think about it, and I can have the book which can help me understand the world from a different perspective. And with that bit different perspective, I will be able to learn about how my friends operate and how my friends are only friends with me for certain reasons. Now, that might sound crazy, but understanding that from that book, my friends are friends with me for a certain reason, then it realizes, oh shit, holy shit, my friends aren't actually my friends. They're only there because I'm making money. And then you're able to understand, okay, well, what does friends that are friends with me for the sake of friends, because they care about me, it's not a transaction. And then through that path, you will be able to develop friends which will help you get closer towards your goals if that's important to you, or which will be all raising families, which if that's important to you, or learning about chess if that's important to you. But it allows you through the human mind to turn thought into action and have anything you want. And if you think about that, actually think about that, you can have anything you want. You just have to impregnate that into your subconscious mind. You have to put that thought into your subconscious mind, internalize it, and it will come to fruition. It is one of the most powerful things because it works and is tapped into the universe in ways which you cannot understand through this video right now. And this has been like a massive side tangent and a massive yap, but the reason I'm saying this is because I've talked about AI and how it's going to replace you and it's going to like change the way you view the world, which is true. But it also is to give you some sort of life and some hope in understanding it's going to change the way you view the world. And if you're working in a job or if you've got some sort of thing that's probably going to be replaced, which it probably will, it's also to give you some hope because it's going to give you optimism for a future that is more abundant to live in. It's more enjoyable to live in, and it allows you to decide what problems you want to solve and allows you to go solve those problems and ask why and find deeper meaning in your life today and be able to improve your life and the life of those that you're surrounded by and care about. And if everyone is helping each other, if everyone's trying to improve, humanity as a whole will also improve. Humanity as a whole will also rise in consciousness. It will also ascend to higher levels of abundance and joy and life and interplanetary and different dimensions of experiencing reality and just different understandings. There will be no wars. Everyone will have enough food, everyone will be healthy, everyone will be able to be artistic, be soul-filling, be able to be creative. They will be able to experience themselves, find themselves and create things in the world and be able to improve as life progresses. Nothing begins with us. The more we pay attention, the more we begin to realize that all work we ever do is a collaboration. It's a collaboration with the art that comes before you and the art that will come after. It's also a collaboration with the world you're living in, with the experiences you've had, with the tools you use, with the audience and with who you are today. The self has many distinct aspects. It's possible to create a piece and love it, and then look at the next day and feel completely different about it. The inspired artist aspect yourself may be in conflict with the craftsperson aspect, disappointed that the craftsperson is unable to create the physical embodiment of the inspired artist's vision. Now that was a book, a random page from Rick Rubin's book, The Creative Act, A Way of Being. And the reason I read that to just a random page and talk about what I'm talking about is it will allow you to be creative. It will allow you to do what I said, work in collaboration with other people and pursue what you want to create. You'll be able to learn about different things and apply those different things and put them together into something which is, as a whole, greater than the people that have gone into it. You'll be able to look at art and look at science and take learnings from different things, put them together and formulate that in your mind and have a new thought, have a new creation and have something which can be a better embodiment for the people around you. And that collaboration of the art you make today, and if you do happen to, your physical body passes away, the spirit will still live, but your creation will be a source of collaboration for future artists, because those future artists will also be abundant. They won't have to worry about paying bills and going to work a shitty barista job to just pay rent and get by, because there'll be infinite abundance. And I say all of this to really instill hope in you that there is a greater time upon us, and it is also of the reality that there might not be a greater time upon us. And the only thing you can do is control yourself and improve yourself and be able to build a life for yourself which is one worth living. And that is something that every human should experience. Every human should experience a life worth living, because that is the meaning of life. It's finding out what's worth living for. And so it is up to you to decide what you do in this time, because I've talked about the dark, the light. I've talked about technology. It's a closing gap. Time's running out. But I've also talked about that there is a possibility of infinite abundance. But one thing's for sure, the future is uncertain, and no one right now knows where it's going. And anyone that says they do doesn't know. And so the only thing you can control is yourself, your world, and the things in your around you. And in focusing on yourself, pursuing and getting better and staying truthful, staying honest, being life towards pro-life in terms of living as a human and creating life, of having other mini humans and then them creating more life, it will be a much more life worth living than the opposite. So as scary as things are, we can hold on to hope and make the most of every day, because there might be a future where there is no life. There might be a future where there is no more chances, there is no more opportunity in terms of breaking free from the matrix. But what is for sure is right now, in the world we have, in the reality we're in right now, in this time, current, present, there is the ability to create abundance and create freedom for yourself and for those around you. And if enough people do that, we will have an abundance where everyone might possibly be able to also be abundant. So stay optimistic, apply yourself, learn, stay focused, and stay truthful. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace. Whole heap of yap, brother.